Hi besties, welcome back to my channel. My name is Promoted Sandra, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how to cut and sew this beautiful crop top I am putting on. So here on this channel I do everything related to pattern drafting, cutting and sewing tutorials, DIYs. So if this is something you're interested in, keep up watching and don't forget to subscribe, like this video, comments, okay, because this really help my algorithm a lot. And don't forget to also turn on post notification if you want to see more on this channel. So without further ado, let us dive into this video. This is the fabric I'm going to be using. This is 2 yards of vintage material, so you can make use of any material of your choice anyway. So you are going to be needing 1.5 yards or 1 yard if you are slim, and if you are chubby you need 2 yards. All right, so this is the fabric. So first of all, I'm just going to go ahead and open it up and fold it into 2, just like as you can see me doing. So I've gone ahead to fold it into 2, so I'll go ahead and fold it into 2 again like this. I hope you guys can see what I'm doing. So I'm just going to go ahead and place this on the table, and I'll face my camera because it seems like the camera is not showing everything. So I want you guys to be able to see this very well. So right now this is better. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and measure from the start like this down to this other end. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut at 24 inches. So you can see that the design of this fabric is kind of vertical and also horizontal. So at this point I'm going to choose how I want the lines to be on my body. So I want the line to be straight on my body. I don't want it to be round, you know. I hope you guys understand. So I'll go ahead and mark a straight line across at this edge over here like this, which is going to be serving as the starting guide for me. Just go ahead and mark a straight line across your fabric. And this part that is open is the part I'm going to be using for the center front and the center back, because the front has a joining at the middle and the back has a joining at the middle as well. So that part that is open is the part I'm going to be using as the beginning. So from this line I just marked, I will measure my shoulder, which is 7 inches. So once I was done with that, at the beginning here, which is the center front, I will measure how wide I want this to be. So what I have here is 24.5 inches, which is going to be enough for me for what I want. So if you are very fat, go ahead and make use of 26, 27 or 28. Just go ahead and measure from your center back to where you want the sleeve to end. That is how to take it. So once I was done with that, I will go ahead and measure the wideness of the neckline I'm using, which is 4 inches. I will just go ahead and measure 4 inches like this, so which is going to be the wideness. Then from that 4 inches I will place my tape slanted like this. Just watch out how I am placing my tape. So guys, I will go ahead and mark 8 inches. I actually forgot to mark in half an inch for the joining allowance for the front and the center back as well. So once I was done marking a slant line before, so I went in again. I went in by half inch for the joining allowance. So I'll just mark half inch like this. Then I will retake the depth of the neckline. I will place my tape on it and mark 8.5 inches. So at this point you can go ahead and mark 9 inches, 10 inches, depending on what you want. So for me, I just went ahead to mark 8.5 inches. I will mark a slant line like this. So I'm going to be cutting both the back neckline and the front neckline together because it's the same thing, the same V at the front and V neck at the back. So I will come to the end here like this, the end of the fabric. I will come down by 1 inch for shoulder slope. I will go ahead and mark a slant line from the neckline to the 1 inch I came down with. So I'll go ahead and cut it out. I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. I will cut out the neckline like this. So after cutting it, I will go ahead and pin it together using my office pin. So once I was done pinning it, I will place my tape at the beginning here like this. I will measure the length of the top I want. So the length I want is 21 inches. So what I have here is about 21.5 inch. I will just go ahead and make use of it, which is going to be enough for me. So I will come to the shoulder here like this. I will mark my bust point, which is 10 inches. So I'll mark 10 inches. Right now I'll go ahead and take my bust measurement. So my bust is 36. 36 divided by 4 is going to give me 9. I'll go ahead and mark 9 inches over here like this, as you can see me doing. So from this point I just marked, I'll go ahead and add extra 7 inches for the BUBU effect. from the shoulder, I'll mark 10 inches, which is my bust point, like this again. Then I'll come to the end of it like this. I'll mark 8.5 inch like this. Then I'll go ahead and connect from that 10 inches to that 8.5 at the end. So that is going to be the sleeve, the wideness of the sleeve at the end, because if you check this top on the screen, you're going to see that the sleeve is kind of a little bit tiny. So I will come to the end of the fabric, I will divide my bust by 4, I will mark it, and I will add that 7 inches, just like as I did for the front. I'll go ahead and reconnect it again like this. So I'll connect it from the down to the end of the sleeve. So I'll go ahead and cut it at just like this. I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. If you don't understand, watch what I'm doing, you understand. So I'll go ahead and remove the pin and separate the fabric. I will separate the front from the back. So this is it. I'll keep this aside. So I'll go ahead and open up this front part like this. Then I'll open up the other side. This is what we have. Can you see what we have? So I will go ahead and cut out a piece which is going to be 1 inch wide. So this is going to be for the turning at the neckline, the turning for the neckline. So I'll go ahead and place it at the front of the neckline like this, the front part. I'll take to the same machine. I will take to the same machine and sew it with 1/2 inch downward. Then I will fold it in and sew it. So just go ahead and turn the neckline the way you will normally turn the neckline of your dress. So once I was done sewing it, this is how it looked like. So I went ahead to sew it for the 4 pieces that I have, 2 for the front, 2 for the back. So after sewing it, this is how it looked like. I'll just go ahead and open it up for you guys to see. This is it. So the next thing now is to go ahead and flip it like this. So the right side is going to be facing the right side. I'm just going to go ahead and pin the front at the center front downward. I will pin it downward. I will take the same machine and sew it with 1/2 inch like this. I will do the same thing for the other side, okay, which is going to be for the back. So I've gone ahead to join it together. This is what I have. I also went ahead to join the back together. So as you can see, the flap is kind of a little bit open. So I'm just going to go ahead and use my hemi gum and hem it down. So cut like 5 or 4 inches length of hemi gum and go ahead and iron it at the beginning of the dress, just to hem it down, okay, to avoid flying up and down. Yeah, so iron it on both sides. So I'll also do the same thing for the back as well. So I've gone ahead to iron it. This is how it look like. Can you see? So the flap is now joined to the dress. So the next I'm going to be doing now is to go ahead and join the shoulder together. So I'm going to turn it to the front like this. Then the right side of the front and the right side of the back are going to be facing each other. So I'm going to pin the shoulder down like this. Just go ahead and pin the shoulder down. So I'll take to the same machine and sew it with 1/2 inch after pinning it. Then I will pin the side together like this. I will also take to the same machine and sew it with 1/2 inch like this. Okay, so I hope you guys understand. I will go ahead and sew the shoulder first. After sewing the shoulder, I will sew the side like this. Then after sewing this side, I will go ahead and sew this, I will go ahead and arrange this other side and sew the shoulder, and also go ahead and sew this side. I hope you guys understand what I just said. So I've gone ahead to sew it. This is how it look like. I'm just going to go ahead and turn it to the front. So after sewing it, I also went ahead to iron it out. So go ahead and give it a very good press. Okay, so this is it. So what I'm going to be doing next is to go ahead and cut out the excesses on the sleeve. So I will turn it to the back. So after turning it to the back, I will take to the sewing machine now and fold it down like this. Go ahead and fold it down like this. So fold it like this. After folding it once, you fold it again twice. So because I'm going to be adding elastic to the down and also on the sleeve, go ahead and fold it and sew it from the starting to the end. But don't sew everything. Make sure you leave like 2 inches for the insert of the elastic. So I've gone ahead to sew it. This is how it look like. This is the opening I left to insert it, and also want I to leave 1.5 inch on the sleeve, on the 2 sleeves. Okay, so this is the elastic I'm going to be using, and I'm going to be using this pin as well to insert the elastic, this particular pin. So I'm just going to go ahead and measure the length of the elastic I'm going to be using. So my waist is 32 inches. I'll go ahead and cut at 32 inches. Go ahead and take your waist measurement and cut at the exact waist measurement on your elastic. So for the sleeve, I will go ahead and measure my hand round like this. Place your tape and measure it round. So what I have here is 12 inches. That 12 inches, I will minus 4 inches from that 12. I will add, so what I'm going to be left with is 8 inches. I'll go ahead and cut at 8 inches, okay, for the two sleeves. So 8 inches for one, 8 inches for the other one. So I've gone ahead to cut it at. What I'm going to be doing is to go ahead and insert my elastic on my dress like this. So I'll go ahead and pass the elastic through the pin, or pass the pin through the elastic. I hope you guys understand anyway. So I will insert it through the space that I left for the inserting of the elastic. I'll just go ahead and insert it on it like this. So guys, at the front where I joined it, okay, so the pin could not pass through it. So what I went ahead to do was to go ahead and loosen it up. It could not pass through it, so I went ahead to loosen it up, because remember I went ahead to iron it open, and so I don't know, maybe at the end of that part you can go ahead and flip it one side to avoid what I just experienced. So I've gone ahead to open it up. So this is the pin, as you can see. So I'm just going to go ahead and insert it like this. So what I'm going to do is, once I'm done inserting the elastic, I'll go ahead and close up the space I just opened at the front. So what you're going to do is go ahead and pin your elastic down at the beginning here, so that once you are done passing the elastic through your dress, it will not shift or it will not enter inside. Hope you guys understand though, this is not easy. So I've gone ahead to insert the elastic through it, you can see. So after inserting it, I will take the sewing machine and sew it together. Just go ahead and sew it 5 to 6 times. Just sew it on one spot, sew it, then cut at the excess, then go ahead and sew the space that you open. I'll also go ahead and insert the elastic for the sleeve, so I'll also go ahead and sew it. I've gone ahead to insert it. This is how it look like. I hope this tutorial was really helpful. Please guys, don't forget to like this video, comment, this really help my algorithm a lot, and subscribe to my channel. Share my videos with your friends, turn on post notification to see more from this channel. Okay, follow me up on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok at promoted Sandra. So guys, my online class is coming up very soon, so if you want to be part of it, do it to follow me up on Instagram and turn on post notification for this page, so that whenever I drop it, you'll be notified. Okay, so it's going to be well detailed. I'm going to be teaching you how to take your measurements and all of that. So see you guys on my next video. Bye. Yeah.